It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next, it's the Caps' lengthy corner. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Caps and the Colts, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Columbus Caps. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And led out by the rookie. Expectations high here as he's making his first NFL start.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 101 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Chapman.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, On offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
The tackle made by Stephon Gilmore. It's a pickup of 3.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Fancy footwork at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. The numbers for him from a week ago, 11 carries, 73 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. From the gun on 3rd down, Chapman.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Chapman. Throw caught there by Osborne. Touchdown, Colts. K.J. Osborne, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Columbus with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Colts to take over. They've got the lead as they begin this drive, 1st and 10, trying to forget about that loss last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Throwing to start the drive, Chapman. The toss here completed to Pittman. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
To throw on 2nd down, Chapman. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A little juke. Another nice move. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Hands it off out of the gun.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6.
Back to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Throwing to start the drive. Chapman. And he'll find his target. Woods. It's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Chapman to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On 3rd down, Chapman. Open man is Taylor. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Indianapolis.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Quick slant here to Woods. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And Woods has it complete. To throw on 2nd down. Chapman.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Chapman. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
This take it in at the goal line. This offense back to work now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. The Texans were losers in their opener, trying to get back on level footing as they lead on the road. From there, we're off to check out another game, and you can see they are out in front in that one. The Cowboys trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry has a touchdown run. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, on the other side, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure they're friends from the defensive side of the ball.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
They'll set up a throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. A gain of a
2nd and
yard.
9 now.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Brings up third down.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. The penalty marker is on the field. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call.
Automatic
mark off the
first down.
5 and keep it moving.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 4.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Caps are back within a score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done. Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And the Colts getting ready to go. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, That would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Columbus, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. On first down, he'll drop to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's a gain of 6.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Complete to number 16.
2nd and 1.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
This time, good ball security and a good result. 1st and 10.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw on 3rd down, Chapman. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 17-15, just over 1:40 to play. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on 1st down. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. In position for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. He's hit 3 times already, and this for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the home team here, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.